Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to talk about how to compact and repair your database if you can't open your database. Sometimes you try to open the database and it gives you an error. And okay, I want to compact and repair it, but it still gives me an error. What do I do? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can compact and repair it from the command line. Ooh. Today's question comes from Henry in Santa Rosa, California, one of my platinum members. Henry says, how do I fix my Access database if I can't open it because it's giving me an error? I heard you can compact and repair it without opening, but I'm not sure how you do it. Yeah, I had this problem with one of my databases a little while back. You go to open it, and it ran okay, but once in a while it would throw up a weird error. So I'm like, I'm going to compact and repair it. So I go up to database thing, compact and repair, and it says the database is open exclusively by another user. I'm like, okay, so I shut it down. Now, normally what you can do is you can use the shift key bypass to bypass your startup folder, any of that kind of stuff. Hold the shift key down, start the database, and it'll open up, it'll bypass your startup. Then you can usually compact and repair it, but it was still telling me it was open exclusive by another user. I'm the only user, so it wasn't, I knew it wasn't that. And then I tried all the basics, check for an LACCDB log file, that wasn't there. I tried renaming the database, that didn't do it. So sometimes the database has just become corrupt. And once you open them in Access, sometimes you can't compact it. It's just weird. All right, now before we get into it, this video is for everyone. You don't have to have any particular skills. I'm going to show you what you have to do to be able to compact and repair your database. If you don't know what compacting and repairing your database is and why it's important to do it regularly, go watch this video first. I explain exactly what compacting is and why you should do it and how to do it from inside Access. Today's video is if you're having problems with this, okay? Okay, so for this example, I'm going to create a folder on my desktop called My Database. That's the folder. This will be wherever your database is stored, right? And if I open this guy up, you'll see here's the folder, and there's the name of the database file itself, okay? This is all going to be very important in just a minute. All right, first up, I want you to open up Notepad, okay? And if you don't have Notepad on your system, then something's wrong with your system. Every Windows system should have Notepad on it. If you can't find it, click on your Start button, and then type in Notepad, and there she is. Hit Enter, and there's Notepad. Why are we going to use Notepad? Well, there's a couple of things we need before we can run this from the command line. It's easier than typing all this stuff out, okay? All right, so find Microsoft Access. I have it down here on my taskbar. If you don't, again, you can browse to it from your Start menu. Find wherever your shortcut for Access is, right-click on it, then find Access again right here. Not any of these recent things you got here. Find Access itself, right-click on it again, and go to Properties. This is what we're looking for right here, the target. All right? This is exactly where Access is. On my system, it's C, Program Files, Microsoft Office, whatever. So we want to copy this whole thing. Copy, Control-C, and then go to Notepad, and then paste it in. Make sure you got the quotes around it. Okay? That's the full path and file name to Access. Put a space there. Okay? Now we're going to go back to our folder wherever our database is stored. Click up here in the address bar. We're going to copy that. Come back to Notepad. Put an open quote and then paste that in there. Okay? And then a backslash. And then the name of your database, which in my case is right here. We're going to copy this. Click on it. Get the whole thing, including the file extension. If you don't have the file extensions on, turn them on. I got a whole separate video how to do that. All right, then we're going to paste that in there and then close the quotes. This should be one long line, but I got a smaller window, so it's all one line. Okay, we're good. Okay, so there's Access, where the Access application is, space, and then again in quotes, the full path to your database file, and then a space, and then we're going to go /compact. That's the command to tell Access, when Access runs, open this database, and then compact it. Okay, now we're not done yet. We're not done. I'm going to shrink this down just a bit so you can see the whole thing. Okay, we're going to copy this whole thing, copy it to the clipboard. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can run this right from the command prompt, or you can make it a batch file. We're going to do both. I'm going to show you how to do both. This way you have it for the future and you don't have to keep doing this. All right, so we got this copied to the clipboard, right? Come over here. Now you can open up your command prompt, if you know how to do that, or just click right here and type in CMD and then hit enter. And that will open a command prompt right at that folder. Okay, now paste in your command line that we just made, and press enter. Access will run. In this particular case, it opens up and compacts and closes almost immediately because this Tech Help free template is tiny. But if I do one of my bigger databases, you can see it does its thing, and it takes a minute and it compacts the whole thing. Okay, so that's how you run it right at the command prompt. Now, if you don't want to keep having to do all this, we're going to take this file we just made in Notepad, we're going to save it. All right, hit Control S. I'm going to put it in my database folder. Okay, so I'm going to go to, where was it? It's on my desktop. And then my database, and there it is right there. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to call it compact.bat, like that. And we're going to save this as all files. This way it saves it as compact.bat. And then hit save. Now you can close this guy. Look at that. You got a compact.bat. That's a batch file. It's a Windows batch file. What can you do with a batch file? Well, you can just double click it here and it will run. And you can see Access popped up and disappeared. And then it goes away. And you're not seeing it because it's on the other screen. Hang on. Okay, let me do it again. Ready? Double click. And there's the batch file. Access runs. And it should close itself in just a second. There it goes. And now you got your own little compact.batch file you can keep there. You can add more lines to this if you want to. Right click. Edit. Right? Oh, it opened up on my other one. Monitor again. There's the problems with having multiple monitors. So you never know where stuff's going to open up. So you could take this. If you have another database you want to compact after that one. Right? Copy. And then paste. And then just change the name of the file name. Maybe you got a different one, version 2. And it'll compact that one, and then it'll compact the next one, and it'll compact the next one. Okay? I'm just going to close out of that and not save it. But there you go. That's how you do that. It's not that hard, right? For those of you who are a little more advanced, I got this video where I show you how you can compact with VBA, so you can have your database compact itself or other databases, right? You just click a button and it compacts. I have this compactor template available where you can just basically have this run as like a nightly event, and then you tell it what your backend folder is, and it will just every night go through and compact each one of your databases by itself. Kind of like what I just showed you with the batch file, but it handles it. It tracks, how much space you've saved in each one. Like I get my report every Sunday. I have it run. It tells me, okay, I saved 7% or whatever. Okay. And of course, you can also run that in conjunction with my backup template. Make sure you've got a good backup plan, folks. Have a good backup strategy in place. All right, this will back up all the files in your backup database or backup folder. Now, if you compact your database and it finishes and you're still having problems opening it, you might need to run down my troubleshooter. It could be something else. And there's other tips on this page you can try to get it working. You can try things like creating a blank new database and importing all the objects. Sometimes even something like just restarting your computer will help fix it. I had that problem once. My database was acting weird. I went through compacting it. I did a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just restart Windows. Restarted Windows. Everything was fine. So something else that was running in the background was messing up with my database. That happens. Another thing you might have to do is decompile your database. This video talks about compiling your database. And if you've watched any of my VBA videos, I always talk about debug compile once in a while, right? I make it catchy so you remember it. But yeah, debug compile. In this video, though, I talk about decompiling also. You have to do that from the command line. That's a decompile command. But sometimes your code gets messed up, right? And if compact and repair doesn't fix the problem, you can decompile the code. Basically, Access, it compiles your VBA code, your text, into basically a machine code that it reads, right? And it doesn't always do that all 100% correct all the time. So sometimes you got to decompile it, which reverses that, and then you recompile it again, and it fixes the problem. Why? Again, it's not perfect, and these things happen, but this is what you do to fix it. All right, so there you go. That's how you compact your database from a command line prompt or from a batch file. And that's one more tool in your box to help keep your Access databases running smoothly. That's going to be your tech help video for today. Hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that show more link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are from my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject, and you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.